This is Coogan Cassius for AFL TV.
What accent is that?
I was trying to do Irish, wasn't I?
Oh, shit, that was Irish. Damn.
Alright, Coogan Cassius for AFL TV. We're in Starbucks illegally filming. I'm pretty sure we haven't got permission to film here, but we've got a big Starbucks up. The second best coffee company in America.
What's the first?
Johnny's Coffee. Black and strong. And
Just
creamy.
like that itches.
Start a fight week here, Johnny.
Yeah.
You've been out here a couple of days and it feels big already. It feels like there's a lot of people already here, a lot of people talking about it. I was in the barber shop earlier on today and there's people debating this. Is there a debate?
Debating? Are they
Yeah, well, I suppose these were casual boxing fans. They were debating, but come on, give me the argument why or how Conor McGregor can win.
What's happening is people are just, they are mistaking the whole setup. So what you're doing is you're trying to create an argument for how Conor McGregor can win. So it doesn't mean you think he's going to win. It doesn't mean you think Floyd Mayweather is going to lose. You're just saying, well, this is how he could win. And people are just getting gassed on that. They're misunderstanding. So when people ask me what you think, has he got a chance? Of course he's got a chance. Because it takes one punch, it changes everything. But, so you can't write him off. You can't say he has got no chance whatsoever because that is pure madness. At this moment in time, it seems like Floyd's thinking that because he's going to a strip club every night. You know, this is what he's saying, going to a strip club every night. And maybe that's because he's a night owl, but I wonder if he's watched Rocky before with Apollo Creed saying that fool ain't going to touch me. But he needs to take it seriously. He needs to show him some respect because they're the kind of fights you lose. They're the kind of fights you lose to, the ones you don't respect, and that's where the problem is. And that's the history of our sport. Floyd can't afford to give him any form of success whatsoever in regards to this. So the argument is, Conor McGregor's 29 years old. He is in the elite in his own sport, in his own field, in combat sport. Floyd Mayweather is 40 years old. He's been out the ring 23 months. He's obviously older, but he was the elite, the best of the best in our game. The one thing no man can deal with, no man can change, and that's time. So when you slow down, when your timing slows down a little bit, that's human nature. No matter how much money you've got in the bank, no matter who you are, that's human nature. So Floyd Mayweather's not going to be the Floyd Mayweather of 5 years ago. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago. He is no longer that guy. But his skill, his wisdom should get him through. Because if it's down to fitness, if it's down to who can punch the most amount of punches in a round, or who's the fittest out of the two, I say Conor McGregor is. If it's down to skill, I'd say Floyd Mayweather. So this fight is brain against brawn. And that's what it's got to be down to. Conor's got to talk Floyd into getting involved and having a tear with it. I keep saying that my analogy is you and I could stand there toe to toe and sling punches at each other. It's a case of who lands first. Not the fact that I'm a former world champion. That's out the window. So for the first part of the fight, Conor's got to drag this man into a war. He's got to give him his all. He's got to tear him. He's got to make the fight something like Hagler Hearns, where these two just want to batter each other for 3 rounds. This is what he's got to do with Floyd Mayweather. The other thing is, and I'll say again, punch stats. He's got to throw twice as many punches he does when he's doing MMA. He's got to really put it on him. I know he's been doing everything to simulate the fight, even getting Cortez in there as a referee and doing it right, doing it correctly. So he's doing everything correct. The only thing I'm hearing from Paulie is that he's sparring in 16-ounce gloves, which is a mistake past a certain point. If it was me, this last couple of weeks, I'd have been sparring in fight gloves, so he gets used to the fighting in 8-ounce gloves. I think when it comes to punching power, even though he's got a reputation of being a big puncher.
For the 8th time, pick this back up. You're talking about the 16-ounce
I'm talking about 16-ounce. So what you do at this point in the fight, you make it as realistic as possible to the fight itself. So but these are things you learn through training camp. Conor McGregor's in the biggest fight of his life. But remember, I don't know how the MMA boys train. I don't know what training methods they have to get their success. But in boxing, you make it as close to fight action as possible. It's going to be something very, very new to him. He fights in 4-ounce gloves. They're going to fight in 8-ounce gloves. I'm here sparring in 16-ounce gloves. You know, he's got to just make it as realistic as possible, because when the bell goes and the pressure's on, and all of a sudden he's trying to hit Floyd and he's not being able to hit him, and so things aren't going his way, then you're going to check yourself. You're going to think, wow, you know, that's a gut check. And so that's where it separates the men from the boys. It shows who's got the cojones and who can fight. And this is what I want to see. I want to see how Conor deals with this. I want to see how Conor deals with not getting to the successes in a round, because there are going to be stages in this fight where you'll see it on his face and think, this ain't working out how I wanted it to.
The subplot to this McGregor-Mayweather fight is obviously who you've been talking to today, Paulie Malignaggi, this whole sparring thing which has been going on for a few weeks now. And you spoke to Paulie today, and you know, I heard Paulie saying that he believes that now, looking back on it, that a lot of this stuff has been premeditated by McGregor and his team.
Without a doubt. Listen, this is common sense, and Paulie's, the penny's probably just dropped with Paulie. Common sense is this: if Paulie was saying certain things about Conor that Conor wouldn't like, and then all of a sudden Conor's saying, come and be my sparring partner, he's thinking, I want to kick your ass, I want to beat you up, I want to get my own back. And so he's not, his intentions aren't honourable. He doesn't want to be his mate. He doesn't want to have his knowledge. You know, you wouldn't do it. If I was slagging you off all the time, you wouldn't all of a sudden want to go out for a drink with me. You think, you know what, I'm going to get him back somehow. So this is in Conor's head, his camp and Conor's head, to think, we are going to, you know, teach him a lesson. Now, Paulie is a fighter through and through. So what Paulie has done is that fighting pride and said, yeah, I'll do this. You know, he's a straight shooter, he's a straight talker. But Paulie's not the fighter he was 5 years ago, 6 years ago. So therefore, he's going to frustrate himself, because Conor is going to be able to do certain things to Paulie now that he couldn't do 5 or 6 years ago. And we all think like we're that fighter we were, but our bodies remind us we're not. And so now there's a talk of possibly them two fighting each other afterwards. I'd say to Paulie, don't do it. Just don't do it, because you're going to give a man a chance that shouldn't have one in reality. But he's young, you know, he's fresh, he's hungry. Paulie's past his best, he knows that. And it's that fighting pride that makes him think, come on, let's do this, let's have this. I just let it go. I would let it go. Unless he's getting paid $100 million, then... But I just let it go. It's not even worth it.
But, I mean, what happens to Conor McGregor, the boxer, is surely to be decided, you know, what happens on Saturday, win or lose, the manner of it, surely.
No, I don't think this is a one-off with Conor. I think this is a one-off with Conor, the boxer.
Well, you're telling me if McGregor was to pull this off against Mayweather, it's still his boxing career done?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I think he's saying, right, I've done my job. You know, his life, he has been built up on MMA. That's what he's done. If he was going to be a boxer, a top-level boxer, to be able to perform against top-level fighters, he'd have done it years ago. He'd have been involved in it years ago. This is a one-off. So let's not get gassed and think Conor McGregor beats Floyd Mayweather, all of a sudden he's a boxer. It won't happen. Trust me.
Do you know what? I can relate to this, because when I won the Sri Lankan heavyweight national title back in 2009, I just thought, you know what? Time's time. I'm going to call it a day. And I didn't fight again. I won it in my first fight, and that was it.
You listen. This is how you look at it. You look at some of the opponents that Floyd Mayweather has got. Look at Canelo Alvarez. Can you imagine him getting in the ring with Conor McGregor? Young, fresh, can box, can bang. It ain't going to happen. You pick your battles. Conor McGregor's picked a perfect battle against a 40-year-old ex-king. So he's thinking this.
Who hasn't fought for 2 years and hasn't knocked
months.
Anyone out since Ricky Hatton.
Exactly.
Minus Victor Ortiz.
So you've got to look at all these things, so you think, you know what? I'll take this gamble. He ain't stupid enough to get in with some young, fresh buck. This is a one-off. So let's not get foolish about this. He got Paulie in. He wouldn't have got a young, fresh Paulie in. He got Paulie in at this stage now, so Paulie's on about fighting now. Yeah, Conor might say, I'll fight you, Paulie. But boxing is not his career. He's MMA. This is what he does. This is that's got him up there. And you've got to respect him, because he's thinking, I'm stepping into your sport to kick your ass. And then I'm going to move on. I rate him. I do. And the problem is, Conor says exactly the same things as Floyd Mayweather does, but his comedic timing is perfect, and Floyd's isn't. So when they could tell exactly the same joke, and you'd laugh at one and look dumbfounded at the other. And Conor's just quick. He's quick-witted. He's sharp. He's a cheeky chappy. You like where he's coming from. Whereas Floyd, you just think, and he just doesn't get it. But there's no difference with Floyd and Conor. In fact, Conor swears more than Floyd does. You know, Floyd's a family man. You know, but his lifestyle, he doesn't. He just talk about buying a yacht like it's like buying a bag of crisps. And so that rubs certain people up the wrong way because not everybody can buy a yacht.
Stick your neck out.
Conor McGregor retires on his stool.
How far into the fight?
After, I'd say 6th round on, if he gets that far.
Would it surprise you massively if this went 12 rounds?
Very. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. If he went 12 rounds, I don't care that Floyd Mayweather's 40 years old. He should know better to let this man get that far. He should be out boxing him out, foxing him out, moving him out, dealing with him on every level. Conor McGregor should be going back to the corner thinking, I want to get out of here. I cannot touch this guy. I'm getting battered. That's how he should be going back to the corner. He shouldn't be coming back, come back to the corner saying, I'll try this next round, I'll try it. He shouldn't be competent. That's how it shouldn't be. But let's just see what he brings to the table. Fight on.
I'm going to interview you every day about this.
Bring it on, man. Bring it on.
New angles.
Bring it on, man.
Got to be ready.
Such a stupid. Bring it on.
Right, join us in part